Hi everyone and welcome back to Japan, where today we're going to be listening to number 2 on your voted best live performances of baby metal. So we're getting near to the top one here, and this is the very specific, let's read out the name, it's Ijime Dame Zettai, but live at Sonisphere 2014 UK, official. So this has been given a lot of votes, and very specifically on this performance, which makes me quite interested. Is there something about this? Anyway, it's a long one, so I'm going to dive straight in and stop waffling. Here we go. Very, very British. Very pretty. Loving that riffing actually. It's metal but still very kinetic, moving a lot. As they are. Not dame at all, it's good. there's still another minute to the video. I thought that didn't feel like 7 minutes. Oh, here we go. Not me, them. Okay, I'm guessing, yeah, okay. The last minute was the wind down. Okay, there's a lot to say about that one actually, there we go. Good choice of live concert actually. I can see now why you guys picked that one for a few reasons. Partly I think Sonisphere actually is a good stage for this kind of thing, and one of the things that I noticed there is that unlike some of their other live performances, and I am going to compare this actually primarily to the last video I looked at of theirs, which was the Black Baby Metal one, Sis Anger. There are a lot of differences and some similarities, so it's important to show why I think this was a much, much better performance in the end. So the Sonisphere selection, I think one of the reasons why that was so good was because at Sonisphere it's very much a live feeling. So this is the one where they most came across just as a live artist. I mean, you could see the musicians, you could see the musicianship, you could see their sort of choreography at front centre of the stage. Sometimes the director was getting a little bit too overactive with the zoom, which kind of slightly spoilt it, but you know, as a general you could see that there was a lot going on there and it really worked. Sometimes when you have all the light shows, and in the last one there was the big TV screens and the sort of voice acted announcement with images, well not announcement but like acted dramatic piece, sometimes that can work against what you're doing because it kind of almost seems like you're taking attention away from just the musical performance, and a musical performance can be very dramatic. I remember saying before that one of the things that I like about metal bands that maybe Baby Metal have a little bit of trouble comparing to is the fact that with a normal metal band, when you have all the musicians playing and singing and everything is sort of in-house like that, everything is kinetic, you know, the hands are moving, the mouths are moving, the feet are moving, whereas with Baby Metal obviously they're dancing at the front, the band's behind. This was one example where that didn't seem to in any way impede upon that. Everyone was doing something different and it worked. You could see the band moving, you could see them moving. Now let's move on from that though to the song, which is obviously always the most important bit in my opinion. The thing which I really liked about that song was that again, it had something that I normally don't like, which is the double kick drum going all the way through, and everything was full on all the way through, which I criticised in the last song actually. I said that was one of the problems. There was no light and dark, there was no contrast. This had a little bit of contrast in the intro and the bridge, but most of it was full on. Now the reason why this worked was in Sis Anger, the vocals were delivered, it was nice to hear the contrast of them being high and that contrasting to the rumble of the music. But one of the things that didn't work with that is it was always kind of, it was like everything was delivered like a shout, which I know is what those two girls at the back do, but it kind of meant there wasn't enough variation in the melody. It was just all bang, 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 bang. With this, the lyrics, the lead lyrics, which can I just say, I thought they weren't loud enough in the mix. I thought they were too low in the mix, especially at the beginning where her voice got a little lost at sometimes. But there was contrast in the way the vocals were delivered, contrast also between her and the backing two. I have to call them that, sorry, I know that might not be the best term, but they are kind of like the backing two. There was a contrast between the way her vocals were delivered and their vocals delivered, which really helped. But the main thing was that the melody, the central melody, and this often gets overlooked in, unfortunately, a lot of the harder metal acts, and this was a very hardly delivered song, you know, a very powerfully delivered song. The melody was fantastic, and it was quite a long, slow melody, so even while everything's piling on, there's the energy, and you can see that in the dance, that keeps you like energized, but the melody gives it something to aim towards. So the development that might not have been so clear in the, they call it the timbre, you know, the layers of the music. Although the layers of the music didn't develop, you didn't have things coming and going so much, the melody kept you feeling like you're always going towards something. You know, the melody's always working towards that payoff, melodic payoff. I've said the word melody a lot now. So it just kind of worked in a very unusual way. I'm trying to think of some good comparisons, but the only ones I can think of are rather obscure. I mean, if you know Audioslave, the last song on both their second and third album had a similar quality of just being heavy throughout. One of them was Moth on Revelations, and I can't remember what the one was on the album before, but both of them were just thick throughout, but the melody was really nice, which kept them going. They weren't as fast as this though, so maybe not the best comparison. But anyway, that's my general feeling, is that was a fantastic choice. Not only of song, I really like that as a song. Like I say, maybe not the most creative sound, but very well executed in the final analysis. Everything just came together and made a brilliant song. Like I say, the backing singers, the lead melody, the music behind, but also a fantastic choice of performance. I'm really glad you specifically pointed out that one performance, because that, I think, was the best showcasing of them as just a live unit, as a musical unit that I've seen. And certainly it showed that without the effects, with all of that taken away, just as people, they can do a fantastic show. And I think that's something which I had unknowingly missed from their other live performances. So anyway, thank you very much. And next, obviously, I'll be moving on to your number one selection, which I think was Rondo of Nightmare. I remember that name because it's strange, but that'll be coming up soon. So thank you very much for viewing. And of course, until your next one, join me in Japan, which I'm assuming will be for that. Ciao, ciao for now.